Hi guys, it's me, Mother Trucker. I haven't made a video in forever, and I really don't know why. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I guess I just kind of fell into this haze of driving and sleeping, and then spending my days off trying to catch up or spend time with family or friends. This last time I took time, I hardly did anything. I sat on the couch a lot, which isn't really good because I sit in the truck a lot and I want to be a little more active, but I was just so tired. I'm about to hit my 1-year anniversary of working for Total, and I'm very inclined to try to find another company. Something some of you may not know, I'm going on a cruise in June, and since it's past my 1-year anniversary, I'll be eligible for a week's vacation pay, and so I've kind of decided I'm going to go ahead and work through that and get my vacation pay before I quit or move companies. I haven't decided what company I want to go to. I just kind of do things one thing at a time. Right now, the cruise is the big thing that I'm focusing on. I guess I don't really know what all to say. I could kind of give you the day, a day in the life of me. Not necessarily every trucker, but pretty much a lot of truckers go through, you know, the same kinds of things that I do. I guess I'm just kind of running out of things. I will tell you, I've noticed lately that my backing, like backing into spots, has gotten so much better. I'm not anywhere near good, but I went to a place today that I hadn't been in like 8 months, and I remember when I was there 8 months ago, I had such a struggle getting into the parking spots there because I was dropping a trailer, and today I just pretty much, you know, I got it right into position and backed it in. I had to make a couple of little adjustments, but that's not a big deal. And I've noticed that on a few of my backing lately. I'm just kind of really getting a good hang of it.
T-I-double-G-R. That spells Tigger.
Sorry, guys. I should have silenced my phone. Now I'm distracted. I know who that is. Stacy, I know that's you. Anyways, I've had some times where I feel like that the planners and the people that dispatch my loads to me are so disorganized, and they just throw crap at you just to get you to shut up. And it's crap. That's exactly what it is crap. They have no idea. Like today is a good example. I had, this morning when I woke up, I had a load that I had to be at the destination at 9 a.m. for a live unload. I had driven all the hours that I could yesterday, and I still had about 2.5 hours to drive. And I had to be there at 9. So I left about 6:15 from the truck stop where I spent the night. This is after, by the way, I got up at 4:15, 4:30ish, and I went in and took a shower because I hadn't had a shower in forever. Went in and took a shower, and I actually made it to my destination before 9 o'clock. And it was
T-I-double-G-R. That spells Tigger.
It was a metal recycling place, which is like one of the dirtiest, dustiest places I've ever been. This time it wasn't dusty because it had been raining, so it was wet and muddy. I had to drive my truck over some crap to get back to the docks, sit at the dock, wait for them to unload. I see them shoveling metal out of the back of my truck. It's just full of metal shavings and stuff that, like, they send these, I don't know, bunches of metal that's kind of rolled up together, but little pieces fall off of it in the ride into the truck. And last time I went to a recycling place like that, they made me sweep it out. So these guys didn't make me do that. They swept it out and shoveled it out, but it took a while. And then I had to traipse in the mud to get my papers. My shoes still have mud on them. I've got to figure out how to clean them off. I wish I had a washing machine to throw them in. Anyways, after I got that done, I didn't have a pre-assignment. I didn't have my next assignment. So I messaged Spencer, my fleet manager, and while I was being live unloaded, I messaged him and I said, they're live unloading me, what's next? So they send me this little load that picks up in Louisville. Keep in mind, I'm in LaGrange, Kentucky. So Louisville was about 35 miles, I'm going to say, from there. I go to pick that up. It's at the drop yard. So it just means drop and hook, which is nice and easy. It's simple. And I'm taking that to Ohio, which is a couple hours away. And there was something I was going to say, and I forgot what it was. Anyways, then they tell me, so and this is like 120 something miles. So I said to Spencer right away, I said, okay, that's fine, 120 miles to Ohio, but what's next? And he's like, well, I'm working on that one too. I've got to get, every time you go to a different area, they have to get a different planner involved because their planners go by area. So he had to get with the Ohio planner to get me a plan going out of Ohio. So he comes back and tells me, and this is before I even really get done with the live unload at the first place, that they've got me a pre-assignment. After I drop off the load in Ohio, I'm going to Huber Heights, Ohio, which is outside of Columbus, Ohio, and picking that up and it's a FedEx load, and I'm taking it to Oklahoma City. So I'm like, sweet, this is awesome, because I haven't been. Oklahoma City's like, well, Oklahoma is like my home stomping grounds, you know. But I'm supposed to pick up the FedEx load at 3 p.m. It is now 11:15. I have to drive 45 minutes to get my second load, drive that for 2.5 hours, drop that off, drive another hour. I was like, this is going to be tight. So then I get, by the time I get the second load picked up and I look, I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I sent him a message that said, just FYI, I'm going to be late. And I was thinking, you know, I might be 3:30, 4 o'clock, or maybe something like that. And then I get into traffic. You know, the traffic is crazy because I'm so close. This area is like called the tri-state area because there's Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky, like all in this little area. And it's pretty, the traffic's pretty, and they've got I-71 under construction. So where there should be 3 or 4 lanes, there's only 2. Anyways, took me a long time to get all that done. So I sent him a message and I said, how late can I be? And he's like, can you be there by 1600, which means 4 o'clock? And I said, I doubt it. He said, well, what's your ETA? And I said, probably 1500 or 1530. I'm sorry, 16. Wait a minute. He wanted me to be there at 1600, which is 4 o'clock. And I said, no, it'll be 17 or 1730. Sometimes I get my military time all out of whack. Sorry, guys. So, I mean, that's, you know, and last week, I got into, I got a load to North Carolina, and then I couldn't get out of it. Like, I sat for a whole day. Fortunately, I got to go see my daughter in Greensboro, because I was right there in Greensboro. I had to pick up a load in Greensboro the next day. But, you know, they get you, and that's the part of it I don't get. How do they assign you a load to an area? Just like when I went to Florida 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I get into Miami. I'm in Miami, Florida. Guess what? We don't have a load going out for you until the day after tomorrow. What? Or until tomorrow. Well, yeah, the day after tomorrow. So I sat a whole day in Miami. And since I'm saving up for my cruise, I wasn't going to, like, go out and spend money in Miami. Even though it would have been fun, probably. But it's just that kind of, I feel like it's disorganized. Like, why don't you say, okay, you know, here it is, Friday, we're sending Jolly to Florida. She'll be there Saturday. Let's see what we can get her out Sunday. Or say, hey, we're going to send you to Florida, but we don't have a load going out. We'll get you detention pay. We'll get you what they call layover pay, which is $110 a day. It's nice, but it's not what I could make if I was driving. I guess I'm a bitch that way. I guess I'm greedy. I don't know. Anyways, I feel like I'm rambling on and on. So, I mean, it's this, I guess I just want it to be more consistent. I want to stay rolling. And there's just days where it's like, they just throw crap at you, and then they're like, oh, it's only 30 miles from here to here. You can make it, you know, by 3 o'clock. Yeah, it may be 30 miles, but it's through Cincinnati. And it's on 71, which is under construction and down to 2 lanes. So 30 miles took me almost an hour. Yeah. Well, it was more than, it was like 36 miles, I think. And they just have no idea. I told Spencer, I said, you guys need to come spend some time in the truck with a driver. Not necessarily me, but you need to see what it's like on the ground, because you guys have no idea. You just throw stuff at us, and then you're like, oh, I don't understand why it's late. I'm such a doofus. Sorry, guys. So I have some beefs with, and I'm not sure. Let's just say this. My friend Mika, who also works for the same company, doesn't have this issue unless she's being dispatched out of my terminal. Her main dispatch terminal is Jackson. So when she's dispatched, she has different people who dispatch her. I don't. I have different from her, and she has different from me. I'm dispatched out of Loudon, Tennessee. Even though Mika lives in Tennessee with me, it's just the way the assignments ran. Her fleet manager, the home base for that is Jackson. So that's, but on the weekend, sometimes she gets dispatched out of Loudon, and she's like, it's a clusterfuck. And I hate it. And I found out that after a year, I'll get a review, and I'll be eligible for a raise of 2 cents per mile. That would mean that I would be making 40 cents a mile. I can go get a job at night for 47 cents a mile, walking in the door. I get it. These people hired me out of school, but I put in my year. I've paid off my student loan with them. I don't owe them anything. As a matter of fact, I think because they're not paying my student loan monthly anymore, that's $300 a month that they should be putting back in my pocket. I mean, how come I was worth it out of school, but now I'm not worth it? I don't know. Just some of my thoughts on it. One of my other classmates went to a place called Falcon. She got hired on at like 55 cents a mile. Which, you know, 38 cents a mile isn't bad, but it's not great. I don't know. I'm just going to put my head down and stick this company out at least until June, and then we will see. And then I have like this trip to Oklahoma. This is going to be exciting for me because, you know, I grew up in Oklahoma. It's kind of home stomping grounds, so I'm excited about going there. So I will try. What I'm going to do, just so you guys know, I believe I have some little blips of video that I've taken along the way of other trips, and I'm just going to upload those just so I can get them off my phone, and you can appreciate them if you want to. And then I will try on Monday when I get to Oklahoma after I deliver. I actually am going to have to take a 34-hour break, and I'm going to deal with my passport stuff while I'm in Oklahoma. So I will try on that day to make another video, and I'll just make a day in the life, and I'll give you examples of what my day runs like, from beginning to end. But that's about it for now. I just wanted to let you guys know that I am still alive. I'm still here. Still running the roads. And I still love it for the most part. And don't get me wrong. I don't know. There's a lot about it I really enjoy. I think a big part of it is just it. I don't have to worry about anybody else. It's just me. So if I want to buy me something, if I want to, I don't know. I just don't have to answer to anybody else, and I like that part of it. I spent so much of my life answering to other people and feeling like, you know, and now I just don't. I want to be free of all of that stuff. That's why, like, I've kind of toyed with a relationship or dating, and, you know, sometimes you get a little lonely, and it'd be nice to have somebody who checked in on me every day, but it'd be nice to have somebody to cuddle with. But I'm not sure that I would be willing to give up all my, you know, freedoms that I enjoy. Because I did try to date not too long ago, and I found myself annoyed at all the phone calls. How weird is that? You know, like, do you want a relationship or not, Jolly? What's the matter with you? Anyways, don't take this as a big downer. I'm really still pretty happy with this, and I don't know. Things are getting better. You know, like, my skills are getting better, and I have been working with my fleet manager on getting some things better. So he's trying to do what he can to make things better. There's just, you know, he's not there all the time that I'm driving. He only works part-time. He's only there 40 hours a week. So, you know, and yes, I call 40 hours a week part-time. When you work 70 hours, up to 70 hours a week, 40 is part-time. It's a joke I saw. Haha. It said, oh, 40, you work 40 hours a week? Yeah, I remember when I used to work part-time too. That's pretty much the way it is. You're most days, if you're awake, you're working. I mean, it's not hard physically, but I'll tell you more about that later. When I do my one on Monday, where I kind of give you the day in the life, I'll give you some more insight into some of the stressors and stuff like that. But I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Mother Trucker out. Bye-bye.